This for everybody that want to know how to install an aftermarket radio or double din in a 2003 to a 2007 Cadillac CTS. I'm gonna first off saying that I actually take no credit for this actual hookup. I give a credit to Darkwing and MJS 0202. And in order to get started with this, the first thing you're gonna need to do is this right here. Procedure to modify stack to support aftermarket radio. Let's see if you can see that. Yeah, just Google that and do a printout of it. Because unfortunately, that's what you're going to need in order to modify the center stack to take it. Make sure you got a drummer tool. That's what you're going to do all your cutting with. And make sure you invest in one of these. This is going to be your best friend when disassembling this radio. They're a little different, but 90% of the screws that is on the factory radio is going to be disassembled with one of these. I think this was the one that I used. This one here. Got it for about $10. And you do not need that pack 02S. That's a wasted 80 to 145 depending on what they charge you. Now to make this simple, because everybody can't follow the write-up, you're going to get you some jacks. Some decent jacks. And you're going to cut it. About 18, 20 inches. And this is what you're going to have when you do that. You're going to have two wires on each side. One side going to be positive, one side going to be negative. You're going to do the same thing to the other side. I just wanted y'all to see that so y'all know. So let's get started. And this is going to keep the DIC. As you can see, this is an SSL unit. I got this from Stereo Needs off of eBay for $124. Paid $10 for that. Little device here that I needed. And some tape. That's the basis of your setup. Let me show you what we got here. Let's get this powered off. Anyway, if y'all don't know how to take this off, there's a little screw in here once you take this out. It's a little hole down in there. But after you get that screw out, you can basically pop this off. Hold on one second. Now, for my radio wiring, what I did was I tapped into my cigarette lighter. I tapped into the cigarette lighter wires. I did the positive for the 12 volt and the ground for the ground. And in the back of your, it's gonna be this part. In the back of it, the middle plug, I repeat that, the middle plug is tan in color. It's 6 wires into it. You're only gonna need 4 of them. The 2 light green and the dark green and tan. The 2 light green go together, the 2 dark green and tan go together. And that's what you're gonna hook into these wires. No matter. Well, you want to hook your right to the right and your left to your left. So when you cut the light green and the light green, after you take, and get this little plastic off of this side, you're going to put a light green to this side and a light green to this other side right here. You're gonna do the same for this side. You're gonna put a dark green on one side and a tan on the other side. You're gonna plug that directly into the back of the aftermarket unit, which is gonna tell you front outputs. So that's what you're gonna do with that. Don't cut your wires too short, because you might want to hook it up later. Get you another deck in case you want to get rid of the car at any time. You can switch it back up and have it just back up. But everything functions properly. I still got all my chimes, OnStar. Let's see if we can let you see this OnStar. I don't know if you care about that, but this gonna keep everything for you. Let's see, she gonna come on.
OnStar ready. Thank you. Goodbye.
That's everything working. I got jacks running from here all the way to the back for my subs in the back. But let me show you the other power wire for the radio. And what I did was I skipped around a little bit. I skipped around a little bit. Just bear with me for a minute here. Under the back seat. Right here on the driver's side. It's a fuse box. Look in your manual. Get the HVC. Plug your wire directly into that for the fuse. Running from your radio back to the fuse. And I actually spliced that wire for the remote wire on the amp. Everything perfect. Amp and radio come on and go off together. And it's just that simple. If you need any help, questions, or comments, I'm gonna post my email. You guys can hit me. I can tell you anything you need to know.